Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste and good evening to my brothers and sisters of Explorations. Welcome once again to the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very important for us to every once in a while take stock of the efforts, take heed of the achievements we have made so far, the depth and breadth of the transformation we have all experienced during our time here at Explorations. And tonight, that's exactly what we're going to do. Tonight, we're looking at the program works on Explorations. Namaste, everyone. How are we all doing out there? How are we? It's me, Leslie Tanner, host, creator, and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. The program with which we explore the universe, both inside and out. That is the objective and the subjective. And we interrogate the border between these two seemingly disparate worlds to harness the true power coursing through our veins, even as we sit with one another right now. Namaste, explorers. I am overjoyed to be with you. You know what? As I was getting ready today, I have a whole host of materials, a whole library of materials to get to because it is Pride Month. One of the most one of those months, right? One of the most months of the year, Pride Month. And in that spirit, we are addressing that through the framework of the most effective personal power program in the country. So Lord knows I've got oodles and oodles of content and themes and what have you to get to this month for Pride Month. My queers, my LGBT plus explorers, namaste. However many letters there are, I cannot wait to find out. Let me know what letter you are if you call in, because ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing, regardless of whatever fucking letter you are forced to be, right? Whatever letter you have to wear the burden of which around your neck, the yoke of a letter. The coercive letter that you must wear around your neck this month. And you must be proud, and you must be happy, and you must be liberated, and you must be empowered. There are so many musts, right? but ultimately, right, it's positive, right? No, well, listen, we have so much to get to this month. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're one of the 30 different kinds of trans or anything like that, I want you to know that one simple thing is true. It's true every month of the year, regardless of pride, regardless of shame, regardless of letter. Ladies and gentlemen, that phrase is the program works. The program works because it does. We can't just say it. I know a lot of people just say stuff on the internet because they think they can, right? And they can to some extent, right? But the corrosion that it does to their spirit, the rot that takes place in their soul when they think they think they can just say things and get away with it and there's no consequences. They think that the trolls can just keep trolling. Well, there is such a rot going on in the depths of the soul of each and every troll, goblin, jackal, and rapist on this earth, on this internet. And every once in a while we must take stock. What is something we can say? What is something that we can share? One unmovable truth that we have seen bear fruit every single time, every single night. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the program works. And that's exactly what we're getting into tonight on Explorations. The damn program works. And I'd love to hear from my homosexuals. I would love to. Whatever, you know, one of the thousands of different kinds of gay and trans there are, I would love to hear how the program has worked in your life. Namaste. What kind of transformation have you witnessed, you seen? I would love to take part and bear witness to your transformation tonight on Explorations. Just a few moments, we'll be opening up the lines, and I'll be hearing directly from you. But before that, how are we, chat? How is my chat? Talk to me, please. I need to know how everybody's feeling. You could let me know verbally. You could let me know with a series of pictures, of emotes, and things like that. I would love to know. I'd love to hear how you all are doing. Please just let me know, because after all, this is right. It takes us both. Lewis _, it's so good to see you, Lewis. You know, Lewis hasn't been quite as present lately. You know, Lord knows life gets busy. I understand, right? Our journeys, you know, as they meet with Explorations, sometimes they take a detour away from Explorations. I'd love to know what you've been up to, Lewis. What have you been up to, Lewis? Lewis, what have you been up to? Namaste, Lewis _, and thank you so much for those bits, brother. Blessings to you, Lewis _ 150 bits. Oh my goodness, getting a heed. Wow, namaste. That was powerful stuff, Lewis. I could feel that. I was really sending it into overdrive for you. Make it up for lost time. Blessings to you. Balls, welcome on into Explorations with Leslie Tanner. This is the most effective personal power program in the country. That was a heed, a Leslie's heed, as we refer to it. You, for 150 bits, anyone can order a sort of, it's like getting a supercharge, a sort of a sensual, spiritual. It's on a lot of different wavelengths, a lot of different frequencies. A lot coming at you. Don't fuck around with that one. If you're just trying to throw some bits around, you're just like, oh, you want to support the stream? That's great. You want to support the program? That's awesome. Go ahead, throw some bits around, but stay away from the heed. Stay away. Do not get a heed unless you are absolutely serious about the program and completely ready, both physically, mentally, spiritually, hell, even sexually speaking. I mean it sexually. The TOS can't get me because I'm not showing hole, I'm not jacking off, I'm not showing feet, I'm not, you know, setting up a marketplace for it. But I do, and I know for a fact many of you whack off during that period. You get a heed to whack off, and I get that. I can't, when I think about the universe from your perspective, when I think about what it's like to have that access, to get that spiritual energy, and then to be like, I could whack off. Yeah, of course, that question answers itself. Of course you're going to whack off. I get it. I understand. Namaste. I might as well just call it a little whack off sesh. right? Maybe something like that. I don't know. The team comes up with the catchy stuff. I just kind of bring the ideas. Wow, what a beautiful night we're already having. It's fantastic to be with you. I see what we're doing. These are strange but familiar days, says Gray Blob. Not sure what that means. Gray, can you talk to me? Gray Blob, strange but familiar. Can you expound on that? Can you extrapolate on that a little bit for me? And we've got a quick communal vision from the one and only Cougar Pie, maybe our premier lesbian. I love gay, more gay, please. Namaste. Says, King Midas with that Midas touch. If instead of turning stuff to gold, you wish you could turn stuff into gay in general. And I wonder what that would look like. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine an even gayer internet? I can't. Namaste. And we've got a you-know-what. Leaving the station. Holy moly. Holy freaking moly. Namaste. What a perfect time. www.gay.com. That's pretty much the website for the internet. Oh, namaste, yes. Namaste. And then we got Viv Brands, the Lesbos touch. Maybe a new twist on an old favorite. Coming from Brother Vivroncé. The idea, instead of a Midas touch, as we remember the story, I wish everything I touched turned to gold, said the greedy king. And he touched all this stuff and it turned to gold, but then he couldn't eat food and he started crying and he touched his son. He lost his son. But imagine if he was a lesbian. Imagine if King Midas was a lesbian. That's what they called it in ancient Greek times, a lesbian. Imagine. They called it was King Lesbian, and he touched his little son, made him a lesbian. And Kuka's celebrating that. Happy Pride. Ooh, namaste. I wish Leslie was 75% more bisexual. Listen, what's more bisexual than both having sex with a man and a woman? Do you mean that I was more feminine? Do you mean that Cougar Pie? Do you mean that you wish Leslie Tanner was more feminine? You mean like a little softer, a little? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? A little more ladylike in my affectations? Maybe I put on a little dress? Maybe if I didn't have such massive balls and assertive penis? Is that what you mean? I'd love to, Cougar Pie, go ahead and give me some detailed descriptions of what you mean by, what does 75% bisexual look like? I would love to know. Namaste. Namaste. So this is the Jazz Express. Beautiful night we have ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful night we have ahead of us. We are celebrating our achievements in the program, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrating our achievements in the program. You know, we're going to send one more night of celebration to our Explorer of the Month these past few weeks, Brother Logan the Brogan. Blessings and namaste. And we are going to be opening up the line because I want to hear from you. It's been a while. It's been a while to hear exactly how you, each and every single one of you, have put this program to place in your heart, to place in your mind. I want to hear that. I'm hungry to hear it. Of course, I could sit here and I could ramble all day, but at some point I gotta see what it's like in the field to be you. I gotta see what it's like. I gotta hear about it. What does this program look like, sound like in practice? Yes, That's exactly what we're getting. So listen, if you have never called in and you're nervous and you're like, maybe I'm just waiting for the right theme, I'm waiting for some easy topic, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to find an easier softball topic than tonight. I promise you, I guarantee you, if you've been waiting for a night, tonight is that night. Explorations with Leslie Tanner, the program works. Just tell me how this program has worked. It's the simplest thing in the world. Simplest thing in the world. What key is this jazz backing? F. F minor. F minor. F minor. Namaste. Yes. I know we should get some Fabio backing tracks. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. It's a good idea. Namaste. Well, let's go ahead and well, that's on the list. Actually, I have the list on my desk. Namaste. How are we though? Let's just settle into a vibe here for a second before we go any further into the formal program tonight. And because we're really going to be hearing some really high energy stuff. But first, I just want to take a moment and just be genuinely present with you. I want to take a moment and just really sort of breathe each other's energy for a quick moment, right? Go ahead and take a breath, everybody. Take a breath, right? The week has started, second day down, still not a good one. June started. Weather may be pleasant where you are, trees in bloom. Maybe you've got some summer plans to look forward to. But it's Tuesday, second day of the week down. Still not good. But in your mind, you protect how good you think it could get, might get. Ready yourself. You value this optimism. Consider it a sense of perseverance, a toughness. But yet here we are, second day of yet another week that you can hardly set apart from every other week. Still not good. You feel as if there's a crosshairs on your forehead, as if you're being hunted. But you know deep down there is nothing hunting you. At least if you were being hunted, there would be something. You imagine being hunted. It sexually arouses you being hunted. Just some torn, soiled linens draped across your gaunt, sinewy body as you dive in and out of bushes, trees, avoiding the eyes, seeking to kill you, take your life from you, hunt you down, knowing that there are no eyes. And it's just a Tuesday, second day of the week. And it's still not a good one. Take a breath. This breath, every breath is a Tuesday. If you want a Buddhist meditation, I swear, if I used to study with the Buddhists, worst waste of 18 years of my life. I thought I was going to learn something. This is before the program. I thought I was going to learn something. I thought I was going to spiritually better myself. Complete fucking waste of time. And in a much more egregious and obscene way than they could possibly account for. They like to think that they're good at wasting time. They're not. They're here I am on a tangent, but let's just say, if you want me to wrap up Buddhism for you, stay away from Buddhists. You want me to wrap up Buddhism, put a little bow on it for you, give you something to take home to think about? Stay the fuck away from Buddhists. Breathing is like Tuesday, stay away from them. They'll try to fucking kill you. Namaste. Carl, good to see you, Carl. Blessings and namaste to Carl Childers. Blessings to you. 872-205-9484 in just a moment. Damn, it feels good to be here with you. I don't think twinks can be 6'7", Cougar Pie, can they? Can we consult the Maging Cuss? Namaste, I'm new here. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Welcome on in to Explorations. This is it's a personal power program. An effective one for sure, but I don't want to scare you away. Just know that you're in for some treats. You're in for a really nice time. You're gonna remember tonight. I'll tell you that. Namaste to you. Go ahead. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask anyone in chat. There's a lot of veterans in chat. They're gonna know what's going on. But suffice it to say, this is the most effective personal power program in the country, bar none. The world has never seen anything like this. And tonight, we are celebrating our achievements a little bit. We are taking a look back, reflecting on our transformation. The program works. Namaste. Quick affirmation for ladies. If you're worried about being ugly, you protect it. That's a good, that's a valid fear. Namaste, Nigel. I am full of vigor. Blessings to you, Nigel. What if? What if you are ugly? Huh? What if? What if you're ugly? What if you're as ugly as you think you are? Afraid you are? Yes. Think and protect that feeling. Namaste. Well, guys, let's get through some orders of business and open up the line. I could spend the whole night affirming women, but some of them aren't gay and it's Pride Month. So back the bus for you, whores. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. I love getting stuff from you guys. Send me a little postcard. Last time I checked the mail, there was nothing in there for me. Just some junk. I love getting stuff from you guys. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. I can't wait to get whatever's coming my way from you guys. Blessings to you and thank you in advance. All right, so that's the P.O. Box. Second order of business, guys. So we've got, if you haven't checked the Discord or you're not a part of the Discord, you're missing out. I made the announcement. I put up the schedule for the week. So tonight, as it said, we're getting into the program works. In a moment, we're going to open up the line and hear how the program has worked in every single one of your lives. However, Thursday, we're getting into our first Pride-specific theme of the month. Our first Pride-specific theme of the month. And that theme for Thursday, and I want you to think about this. Plant this seed and allow your heart and mind to really allow this to germinate in the moist soil of your heart and body. Now, the theme for Thursday, and you owe it to the homosexual explorers to explore this, my straight explorers. Think about this. The theme for Thursday is homosexuality. Where does the mental illness end and the person begin? Homosexuality. Where does the mental illness end and the person begin? It's like one of those. It's meant to be provocative and also rhetorical because I don't think there's an answer to this. And I say this as a therapist who have worked with countless gays, lesbians, transes, non-binaries, a bunch of made-up stuff. Like within the past 6 months, they come to me and they're there's something, brand new fucking thing that I can't even find on the internet in any form. Because that's what I do. When somebody tells me a word like that, I'm like, okay, give me a second, hold on, just be quiet. I'll look it up. And sometimes I find it and I show them a picture. Is it like this? And they say yes or no. And anyway, I don't mean to get in the weeds of my clinical practice, but that's a sort of personal, just look behind the scenes. I'd send them a picture or something, I send them pictures. Because they'll say is it like this? And I'll be like, yeah, kinda. Then I sent him a series of grotesque pictures of dead dogs, hardcore pornography, pictures of what I assume their parents look like, kind of extrapolating through the mind's eye. And I asked them, is it like this? And they say, yes, no, close. And then we go closer. Heed for Flux. Namaste. Namaste to Flux. Fluxstorm Zero, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the very generous bits. I cannot thank you enough for that. I can't. Thank you so much, Flux. All right, so secondly, ladies and gentlemen, Cougar Pie with a quick communal vision. Can't wait to get this. Carl Childers is a Mongo. Is that short for Mongoloid? Is that what we're talking about? Or Mongo like that Saturday Night Live sketch with Chris Kattan? That's a fantastic one. The Mongo. Something like nobody, right? Wait, Chris Kattan or a retarded person? Chris Kattan or a mental retard? Mongoloid, he is a Mongol. Okay, there we go. He's choosing to be a cunt. Well, listen, there's no rules. If somebody wants to be a cunt, the only rule here is conflict. If there's conflict, we honor the conflict. If she's resorted to being a cunt, there's no pride to be protected, no dignity to be salvaged. That's the bottom line, right? You came here to salvage some pride or dignity? Oof, yikes. Exciting stuff because you got a lot of power in your veins, a lot of potential. But that stuff has got to go probably. Now, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I don't remember anything that I was talking about. Okay, Thursday schedule. Homosexuality. Where does the mental illness end and the person begin? Very excited for Thursday. And then Saturday we have a private stream, our first private Community of Devoted Light stream of the month. And a couple details about that later, but for those of you that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, my Community of Devoted Light at patreon.com is where I host my library of exclusive program materials, videos, podcasts, music downloads. I send out a monthly physical postcard to all of my Community of Devoted Light. Beautiful stuff. But in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, we have, thanks to the efforts of Pepperoncini, we have created a privately hosted a stream infrastructure that you get all the functionality of twitch.tv and youtube.com, except
I invite the
no
sun
rules.
into my soul to sanitize the ancient filth that churns without rest. I invite the moon into my heart to embolden the stench and creep of this filth as it animates my mind and body.
Namaste. And so Flux is, the postcard is my favorite. The postcard is my favorite. Namaste. Now. But in addition to that, we have a private, we host a private stream for the Community of Devoted Light where we really get at some beautiful topics. And away from TOS, no rules, we're able to completely express ourselves to the extent of our heart and mind. We say yes to our humanity and yes to the power of the next level. Now, this Saturday in the private Community of Devoted Light stream, we will be exploring the rape of awareness. Saturday night on the private stream, private website stream, the rape of awareness on Saturday night. I can't wait to get even more. We got a very exciting Pride Month ahead of us, but that's it. So tonight, program works. Thursday, homosexuality. Where does the mental illness end and the person begin? Saturday, private stream, The Rape of Awareness. Larry Picklejar with a communal vision. Can't wait to get this. Leslie's private streams includes big, giant titties. That's true. That's 100% true. As part of the stream, you get your, we have some extra channel point buttons, and there's pornography. There's pornography. Yes. That's not Larry Picklejar just saying silly stuff. There's big ass tits that you can put on the screen at any moment in time during the private streams. Namaste. Blessings to you, but that's only on the private stream. We can't put, we can't put the tits on here. Or penis. There's penis in it in another button too. We can't do that here. Well, guys, listen. You've listened to me kind of just go off already. This is enough for me, right? I need to hear from you all. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are devoted to the program works. In a moment, I'm opening up the line, and I want to hear from each and every single explorer tonight. How has the program worked in your life? Tell me, Leslie. I am already so proud of each and every single one of you. I can hardly contain it. Whenever I get on the off chance I get to meet one of you on an individual basis in real physical reality, my heart glows with pride. I am glowing with pride, knowing that the program is working exactly as it is intended to help each and every single one of you unlock and unleash the power of the next level. So guys, go ahead and give me a call. 872-205-9484. I would love to hear give me some stories, some examples. How has the program worked in your life? What about a pussy button? We could get a pussy button. That's not a bad idea. A bare ass? Probably not. They won't even let women show, like, I remember when Dandy Does It got in trouble for, what was it? Was it her leg? She was like showing too much thigh or something. Does anybody remember Dandy Does It? Does anybody here remember that channel? Can we have a butthole with a nugget of poop starting to come out? Right? It still exists. They just haven't said anything on their Discord, but I remember Dandy got in trouble. I don't know if it was like shoulder or thigh or something. We should get some buttholes. We should get some buttholes and an open vagina. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name's Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie, this is Kook.
Cooker Pie, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful to hear, Kook. What's going on? Why are you doing so? It sounds like you're doing a little better than normal.
I am. We saw the Backrooms movie, and it was extremely boring, and I fell asleep a couple of times, but it's okay. Because I love to support A24. Mm-hmm.
And that's an A24 movie, right?
Yeah, and like probably 90% of the people in the theater were like the TikTok haircut Zoomers and older Generation Alpha, and it was a little disturbing, but that's okay.
So you're old as shit in there.
Oh yeah, not the oldest one, but comparatively, yes.
Oh my goodness gracious, Plump, Rum Stump, rating Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Plump, you son of a bitch, how are you? It is so good to see that name. I'm so bad at responding to messages. I'm running the most effective personal power program in the country, so I'm sitting on a couple messages from Plump. Yeah, and I'm always like, oh boy, oh no, oh God, but Plump rating, namaste to you, brother. How are you? Welcome on in, everybody. Tonight we're getting into the program works. What were you guys doing? Cougar Pie, give him 50 or 5 community subs. Namaste. Namaste, Cougar Pie. 5 community, very generous of you. If you received a sub from Cook, make sure we say a namaste in chat, huh? That was very generous. Very generous gift. Okay, so you weren't the oldest person in the theater.
No, but I mean, comparatively, yes. Most people were not my age.
Right. You know, this movie, this Backrooms movie, I've seen people talking about it, and my first instinct was, oh, this looks like shit. This looks bad. I'll bet this is bad. Then somebody said, no, it's actually good, in a way that confused me, and I was like, okay, maybe this is worth checking out. What's your verdict?
To me, most of it was bad. I don't think it needed to be a full-length movie. They could have sliced off like a good half hour, like minimum, and it would have been fine. Everybody acted fine. I just don't think it really needed to be a movie. But a lot of people liked it, so it's made a shit ton of money.
Okay.
So, you know, that's just my opinion, but it just didn't need to be a movie, probably. It was literally, they had maybe like 35 minutes of content, in my opinion, and they stretched it to a full-length movie, but that's okay. I like seeing movies. Right,
I know. Yeah, that's when it comes to movies, I'm trying to have, you know, fun. I'm trying to have some fun.
Yeah, Technology Wife actually walked out at one point because they made it too similar to SCP, and she got pissed and just left and started playing Switch in the car.
That's so funny. And how did you feel as a disabled person that she just walked out with her legs?
I don't care. Listen, I love that she can walk. I'm never jealous of anyone. When I see people walking, doing a cartwheel, doing a backflip, I'm like, good on you, bitch. I love seeing stuff like that. I love also people doing shit that can fuck up your body, and I know it won't fuck them up because they're not disabled. I love it. I'm not a jealous person regarding that at all. I love seeing people do things.
Now we have a question in chat. Maybe you could illuminate a little bit, because I'm only like I'm aware of it, and I've seen a little bit of it. My temporary roommate showed me some a couple years ago. But can you enlighten us exactly what is SCP? This SCP.
You know, like, it's one of those, people have been writing like these fan fictions about like, it's like fictional objects and creatures. It's hard to explain. They really need to just Google SCP to see what it is. It's like it's almost like a Wikipedia of fictional cryptids that could do various things, and like the government's attempts to contain them. But people have been writing about these since like early internet. That's what an SCP is.
And so it's like
a number.
It's like a universe set of like, it's like a thing that everybody takes a whack at with like kind of fan fiction sort of.
Yes, it's like kind of like there'll be like SCP-13, and it'll be like a book. If you read the pages, like the people in your family will start like aging, but you'll get like younger or something. I don't know. Almost all of them is like some kind of monkey paw thing. And they'll like rate them by like what they could do. It's hard to explain. You really need to read a couple. They're like creepypasta, but like cryptids. So okay, and it seemed, and according to Where's Technology Wife, it pulled a significant amount of vibe or material from SCP. Backrooms did. I don't want to say what happened because I'm not trying to ruin a movie for somebody, even though I don't think this is the type of movie you can spoil at all. But something happened that she expected to happen, and she just got pissed and walked off. And I've actually never seen her do that before, so I enjoyed it just because I've just literally never seen her do that. So
I mean, it makes me. I like hearing somebody taking it so seriously that they become physically enraged and have to physically express that. I like that.
I think it was that combined with like how much of the movie was boring. Like I got bored through so much of the movie. Well, it didn't need to be a full-length movie. That's just.
Well, I want to get to the theme, but I have one more question for you, because you know the reason I was just kind of, you know, dancing around the internet. Guys, we're talking about the movie Backrooms, in case you just started checking in. But one thing that made me a little curious was that they said Backrooms, they compared it, well, Larry Picklejar with a communal vision. I can't wait to get this perspective. Larry says, What game did they play on the Switch? Was it Mario Kart World? If not, is it because you're poor?
I don't think that Larry knows who I am. So I don't think that anything is because I am poor. She'll type what game it was. I don't think a lack of Switch games is ever a concern in my house. If anything, we have too many video games. Really, too many. I really dumped. There's been times where she's purchased so many video games at one time that the bank thinks that there's been credit card fraud. So yeah, it's definitely not from pooritis or whatever. There's actually something I want to bring up before you get to the topic, if you don't mind.
Please.
When a man chooses to shit talk all women, you are shit talking me, and that is personal. And I will always say something against your stupid monkey ass. Carl Childers, you fucking retarded bitch.
Communal vision from Larry Picklejar. If you could trade all of your video games for working legs, would you?
Yes. Well, would it have a working spine with it too?
Yeah, the source of the problem is the spine, to be specific.
It's both, but like the spine is like probably much more of a concern. He needs to get back to me before I answer that.
Yeah, so Larry, if you could clear that up. Fran says, I hate women.
No, you don't. I know you don't. Fran, I know you don't hate women.
Fran, I think you gotta double check. You said that enough times, so you gotta up the intensity of that a little bit.
He doesn't. He's a little sensitive guy off camera. He's okay. He doesn't hate women.
Well, but that's why I think he needs to go a little harder in the paint.
I mean, he would just end up hurting himself. He doesn't hate women. Larry, yes, I would trade all my video games if the spine works too. The spine and the legs. That's a good deal.
Yeah, okay.
If you can make that happen, that'd be great.
So we're talking. So you were talking your shit. Did you finish that little piece towards Carl?
No, I could say some more actually, Carl. Don't make it personal, and then bitch, whine like a little bitch that I made it personal, bitch. Do you see how that works? When you shit talk women, and then I'm like, oh, you're a bitch, and then you whine that I'm making it personal. You stupid fuck. Now I'm never going to forget it. So have fun with that. The show is ruined for you. I'm calling you a bitch with a backdrop of jazz. How does that feel?
Yeah. I was trying to just provide a little bit of sensuality. Sometimes with a little bit. Kill 1,000 white women explorations topic. From Fran We Are.
Fran's the type of person that would pay a woman to kick him in the nuts. And that's okay. That's his business.
Right, of course.
But, so he's saying that, but I know that, like, later he's giving someone $1,000 to just stamp his testicles like an escaped bull in a china shop. And that's okay. I love him. I respect him. I love Fran.
I love Fram. One of the producers here, absolute, integral part of the program here. Namaste to brother Fram.
Yeah. Great guy. I love Fram.
Yeah, we love Fram. Now, 100 bits from Des Poopin. Namaste to you. Blessings and namaste. Thank you so much for those bits. Fram Weird as well, for setting off the Jazz Express this time. Now, okay, let's get to it. Cooker Pie.
Okay.
The theme tonight, is as you know, the program works, right? And it's a phrase we say all the time. You hear everybody say it back and forth. The program works. What does that phrase mean to you? What is? Can you give us an example of how this program has worked for you in your life?
I actually think that one way that it's worked for me is that it helps me channel all of my aggression in a way that I feel like is healthier. And more spread out, so that I'm not like targeting one unstable individual on the internet so that they pop off and do something everyone regrets. I get to spread it out amongst, maybe like a dozen people. And I think that it just keeps everyone safer and makes society better. Helps me get the monkeys out.
Okay. So you've said this since the very beginning, right? You've learned to be wary of your libido in this respect, right? You're looking to go to the mat, you're looking for fighting, you value it, you've thought through your value system around this, but still at the same time, you've known yourself to be a little, as you've described it, as you've described it in the past, you in your opinion, you can go too far.
Yeah, I can
Not
go,
my words, your
to
words.
go too far. Yeah, no, it's both of our words. Yeah, I have a tendency to go too far. And it makes it harder to go too far when I have like more people to direct this aggression against. And so I love that. And I can pay like a very small amount of money and then have you call somebody a retard, which is also fun because it's like the aggression is also bouncing off another person. So it's like one degree of like deniability. Like, I didn't call them a retard.
Right.
You did. You got paid to do it. So it's also, that's fun for me, and also, like, gives it, like, a step between me and the aggression.
You know, it is such a treat for me, personally. It is such a treat for me, personally, to be able to facilitate this exact stuff. Now, a lot of people think it's just for fun. It's like, oh, it's just fun to do bad stuff and, you know, and get off like a superficial amount of frustration. But ultimately, no. What I mean to do is really highlight the importance of conflict, right? The way the social media especially set up is to ameliorate conflict, to incentivize quote unquote support. But without the conflict that you're talking about, Cougar Pie, the conflict that you so frequently and thoroughly embody, without that conflict, the support is impossible. Support is nothing. Without love, there is no hate. Without hate, there is no love. And thank you for upholding that pillar of the program.
You're so welcome. And, you know, it helps me be kind to the people in my real life. And honestly, a lot of the people who watch your show do need some home correction. And I feel great being able to do that, kind of teach them to act right.
Right.
Yeah. So I love giving them a little bit of consequence.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about this program is, like, before I was taking my program to the seminars, right? To the banquet centers, to the little venues, the little, you know, really anywhere that'd put us up. But once this stream got going, I found myself being invited into the lives and living rooms of people who I would never have expected to talk to. You know, you say home correction. Some people, there are a lot of people in this chat right now, they're not going anywhere. No. They are at home, posting. That's it.
Yes.
What a burden it is to be in their life, but also at the same time, a burden that I'm very grateful for. And it's a different level. Tell me, Kook, what's the difference? Like, you're no stranger to conflict. I would imagine you grew up in a sort of did you grow up in like in a house with a good deal of conflict?
No, I think it was probably a regular amount. I just was always a very aggressive, morbid person who loved horrible things as soon as I was old enough to understand those things existed. And I've ever since a very young age, and I've just always been like this.
Communal vision from Mother Nipplebottom. Mother Nipplebottom says, would you rather be killed by a human, an animal, or a plant?
To me, I think it'd be just whichever one would be in more newspapers. And people would talk about it for like a long time after it happened. So whichever one of those would be, I'm guessing plant, because, you know, a lot of people are killed by humans and animals. Maybe,
real
you know,
quick
plant would be
affirmation
something different.
for fellows. If you get killed by a plant, you deserved it.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't want to get killed by a McDonald's salad, though. Nothing like that. Something better than that.
Like a vine. Like you're disabled.
Yeah.
Maybe you like fell on a little hike and everybody just left you there, and then the vines choked you out.
Yeah, or like that tree from the Evil Dead came after me. And I was like, oh my God, I always dreamed that this is, whenever I'd have like, night terrors, this is how I'd be going out, and then it like finally happens. You know, the rape tree?
The rape tree. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but yes.
Yeah, you get I don't explain. You get the general just from the name,
Yeah, like this tree. So what we're imagining right now is a tree raping you to death.
Yeah, or I just die. It wouldn't necessarily rape me to death, but during it, I would die.
But during, but would the rape tree rape you?
I mean, I might die when it was attempting to rape me. I might, kill myself as it was raping me. I wouldn't necessarily die from the rape. There's so many options. I don't like to be boxed in like that.
Right, exactly. I'm just interested in like how we're gonna because if we're gonna write about it in the news afterward, I want to get accurate. So
yeah,
the rape doesn't have to be raping to death, but I'm interested in how the rape from the rape tree will interact with the death in a way that you can't just say rape to death, like raped and then accidentally caused the death.
Well, I could have a heart attack when it starts trying to rape me. It could start trying to rape me and I fall and I hit my head. That wouldn't be getting raped to death. That'd be like me dying during an attempted rape. Yeah, and also you don't want to give the tree too much credit. If it, you can't, that sounds such a dangerous, scary tree, but if you just slipped while he was getting,
jars of
tree
piss
piece out
buried in my backyard.
Off topic, I also believe that a failed rape is one of the most embarrassing things that can possibly happen. And I would never tell anyone, if somebody tried to rape me and failed, I would literally never tell anyone, I would never go to the police or anything, because it would be so embarrassing and awkward.
Where's Technology Wife?
I would die with that info.
We would need to see the toxicology report, Leslie. If you got a heart attack. So listen, if Where's Technology Wife pulled a backrooms theater experience, left you in the woods, the rape tree caught up to you, raped you, you had a heart attack during the rape, Where's Technology Wife saying, listen, I'm waiting for the toxicology report to see what mitigating circumstances there were.
Yeah, I'd want one for me and one separate one for my vagina, just in case.
Well, the nipple bottom, could you get tea-bagged to death? Tea is a plant.
I feel like that would take a really long time. Would I be sitting there for like a year getting teabagged until it did something? I don't know, dog. I guess it's a possibility, but I'm not.
What I imagined was a scrotum being shoved in your mouth.
Oh, but I don't think it's a scrotum. Oh, wait, was it actual? I think she just meant an actual tea bag,
Yeah,
right?
no, I think so, because she said tea is a plant, and I was like, oh, you don't mean scrotum. Mother Nipplebottom, are you aware of it?
You thought scrotum.
Well, Mother Nipplebottom, were you how aware of you were of the colloquial term teabagging?
I mean, I think probably Mother Nipplebottom knows what teabagging is. I'm just going to give her that credit.
Yeah, maybe not, though. Some people don't know everything. I was aware you don't appreciate the turn of phrase, losers. Oh, so that's right. It's everybody's fault. It's everybody else's fault. Couldn't possibly be the mediocre draft of a communal vision. That's impossible. There's no way. Larry Picklejar, caller, is a rape more likely to fail because the rapist sees that it's wrong or that the woman is fat?
That the woman is fat, because they already see that it's wrong. Like they're not going to learn that it's wrong during the rape. They pretty much got that from society, right, bud? They probably got that nailed down, right?
Yeah, depending on the nuance of that, yeah.
I like Larry Picklejar actually, because he pays money to say stupid shit. But I generally enjoyed the stupid shit. So.
Oh yeah, Larry Picklejar. I like
Larry Picklejar. Yeah.
Larry Picklejar in his like I love it when like right now he's always jabbing. Real quick affirmation for fellas. Listen, if you are looking to do a little bit of hold on one second. I was trying to suss something out. We got it. One moment. Affirmation for fellas. Real quick affirmation for fellas. Do not underestimate how effectively soothing a nice balm on the scrotum can be. And that was for specifically disengaged TV.
Yeah, a balm or a salve.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Picklejar is like a walking dad joke, but like creepy as shit.
Yeah,
and I approve. I approve of it.
No, his energy,
1,000%,
yeah. 100%, and that's what makes him so enriching here.
Yeah.
Now, listen, this has been a beautiful call, Cougar Pie. I want to thank you for your energy. Go ahead.
And I want to say one last thing.
Yes.
Carl Childers, Dick is cheap and plentiful.
I'm gonna leave it right there. Final message for
Thanks,
Carl.
Leslie.
Carl, if you wanna respond, go ahead and give us a call. Free to call 872-205-9484. Namaste, Cougar Pie.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Namaste, caller. Welcome to Explorations. Okay. Oh, there we go. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie Tanner, it's Toaster.
Oh, it's Big Toaster. We got Cougar Pie leading us off, then we're followed with Toaster. It's some of my favorite explorers. How are you tonight, best friend Toaster?
Fire lineup tonight. Am I right?
Right, brother. How are you, though?
No, I'm cool. I'm walking around outside. There's lightning going on.
Oh, be careful.
What? What'd you say? What was that?
I said, be careful.
Yeah, no, I'll be careful. Don't worry. How you doing, Leslie?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing great. I'm having a really nice night. Tonight we're just getting into the program works. Just hearing tales of transformation through our work with the program of Explorations tonight, Toaster.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Love it, man. Love that shit.
Yeah, man. Well, how about you? How does the program affected your life? Can you remember a specific time that you said, wow, this program really does work?
Oh, yeah, man. No, I know the program. I've been on the program for a long time, and it's like it always works all the time.
Right. Well, maybe you have like a specific example of how it's worked in your life that you can share with us.
Oh, that one time. There we go.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm gonna say, right?
Maybe, but go ahead and give me a couple details. What specifically?
There was this one time I called you on the show.
Right.
And we were talking.
Yeah.
We were like.
Real quick communal vision from Mother Nipplebottom. Before the program, were you into voodoo or some other cult that didn't work for you?
No, and that's directed at me, I assume.
I assume that as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, normally I don't answer communal visions, but I will answer Mother Nipplebottom's this time. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to make my own voodoo dolls, and I would, of my enemies, and I would stab them and stuff. Yeah, so I did practice voodoo.
Wow.
Quite seriously.
Did they work?
Mm-hmm. I never noticed any immediate effects, but I don't know how long this stuff takes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
would you consider voodoo to be a program that didn't work?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it didn't work. I don't know how long it takes for the effects to kick in. Like, it could happen any minute now. I don't know.
Well, you know, normally things kick in a little more.
Enlightened, either religious or secular, is that their hysterics about the end in whatever direction aren't nearly hysterical enough. Their
No, I mean, that's the thing about the program working is that in order for them to...
The scale of which they can't even whisper aloud to themselves.
Beautiful quote.
You don't say quote. You don't say quote anymore. When there's a quote.
Sometimes I do. Communal vision, real quick, from Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini says, "Hi, Toaster."
Yeah, normally I don't answer communal visions, but I'll do that one too, since you got me on a good day. Hey, Pepperoncini.
Sounds good. Well, Toaster, let's get back to that specific, detailed story that you were sharing with us about how the program has affected your life.
Yes. The program, I'm going to try my best to truly answer the question and talk about the thing. Okay, I'm trying really hard. Just to be
any one of the thousands of experiences with the program in which your life was transformed.
I do know that you have an issue with me that I don't talk about the theme as much, and you think I don't take it seriously, the theme seriously. So I'm here to prove to you today that I can do the thing seriously. I'm going to seriously answer the question.
Wow, that'd be awesome. Yeah, go ahead. I'm excited.
And I know you're thinking right now, like, okay, this is another, he's taking me for a ride again. This is going to be another, pull the wool, over my eyes or whatever,
Right.
leading me on. And I know it sounds like that, and I just want, I will prove you wrong by, getting straight into it and answering it, okay?
Please, I would love to. Hello? Go ahead and hit me with it. Yeah,
the answer. So the answer to the question of the theme is one of many examples of the way that the program has helped or worked. Is it really helped me hone in on my creative aspirations and hobbies, such as my comedy and my poetry. Remember I went through a huge comedy phase and a huge poetry phase where I was just giving you gold. It's tight fives and poetry readings, original poetry, Toaster poetry readings. And I think the program did a wonderful job helping me tap into that creative energy.
Well, you have been terminated by Larry Pickle Jar. Larry Pickle Jar, namaste. Saying bye-bye to Toaster. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I can call you tonight?
Hello, Leslie. How are we doing this fine evening? This is Reverend at All Cost Money.
Reverend at All Cost Money, I've got a quick communal vision coming in from Mother Nipplebottom. The program has not quite killed Toaster's ambition. He isn't doing the work. Criticism. Very pointed, specific, and, if I'm being honest, appropriate criticism of Toaster coming from Mother Nipplebottom. Namaste. And where's Technology Wife? Redeeming the nothing. Namaste. Where's Technology Wife? Blessings to you, and thank you so much for that. Wow. Huh? What a moment. What a moment that we could really feel what wasn't there. And that's the thing about nothing, right? Is that you can't feel it because it is, and there's by definition nothing there. But blessings. Right,
that was certainly an experience.
100%.
Amen.
100%. Now, okay, go ahead. We've got. I'm going to go ahead and mute that. Brother, we're talking about the program working tonight. So talk to me right now, Reverend at All Cost Money. How has the program worked for you in your life?
It allows me to express myself in ways that generally I can't elsewhere, right? So I think it's great that it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And you're doing this and giving men the opportunity to express their feelings and literally go out on a limb and talk about what's going on in their lives. I think that it's absolutely beautiful of you, Leslie. Thank you for this.
Absolutely. So listen, that now this is getting right down to the brass tacks, the method of this program. So just allowing men to express themselves is in a sort of in a space that maybe feels a little more liberated, quote, to use a naughty word that I don't normally like, but that is a little more liberated from the pressures outside of the program. Is that what I hear you saying?
That's exactly what I'm hearing, and I'm very thankful for the community of Devoted Light, and I'm very, very looking forward to that first private stream where we can really express who we are.
It all costs money.
Really get into the weeds.
It all costs money. Our newest member of the community of Devoted Light. Yeah, this Saturday we're getting into the rape of awareness. So start thinking about now about the role of being the rape of awareness, what that means to you. When you think about your life and the life of the people around you.
But I would just like to say that the program really does work. Like if you sit back and you think and you reflect and you go back and you watch the VODs and you listen, you can really get some gold out of these sessions. And if you haven't called in, well, you're just get over yourself. Really, just get the fuck over yourself.
Oh my gosh, right? I'm sure there's some I'll bet you there's some potential callers in the chat right now saying, if only it were that easy. Because they've got something in the way, right? They're standing in their own way, and that can't be denied. But at the same time, you could also just as easily say, there needs to be more of you to get over. Put your balls into the world. Put your penis into the world. Let the extent of your phallus be felt. Communal vision, where's technology life? When I gained awareness, it felt like the universe had broken. Wow. Powerful stuff from Where's Technology Wife tonight.
Interesting. I will save a reply for the Devoted Light crew.
Listen.
That's high level.
That's what I'm going to say. Listen, the reason we're doing Rape of Awareness on a private stream night for Devoted Light is because we need the runway. We don't need limits. We don't need censoring powers. We need the full runway of the human spirit in order to take off flight through the program. Everybody, please welcome Zooey. Blessings and namaste to Zooey. Blessings to you. Thank you for joining us on Explorations. Now, it all costs money. Can you name a specific time? Can you give me a specific example of where this program, really, really led to a transformation in your life? Do you have a specific example to share with us tonight?
Actually, yeah. One that stands out to me really well is that time.
He hung up. Jokester. But, the nervousness, scurrying back into the bushes. Blessings and namaste. It all costs money. Afraid of his own power as usual. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something I could call you tonight?
It's Reverend at all costs. That was accidental. I'm having
really. They were calling you a coward, a pussy. They were saying you were a little bitch, things like that.
Oh! I heard that from your mouth, but I didn't see it in chat. Maybe chat glitched too. But that was accidental, 100%.
That is so funny. That is so funny. Well, go ahead. You were about to tell us a time in which. A specific example in which the program helped you transform.
I remember being on a phone call with you while I was out driving around, and someone was just on my. They were closer to my rear than I'd like, when driving, and so I slowed down to about 8 miles underneath the speed limit in a double yellow area, so they couldn't pass me.
Sure.
Yep. I just kept, and then I let off, and it was busy coming the other way, so they couldn't pass, and they kept doing that little swervy thing, and it felt really, really good.
Oh, I love
It was
that.
the program working through me. Like, I was literally thinking of how Leslie says he doesn't apologize, so I wasn't apologizing for doing the speed limit. I was going to just enjoy my night's drive.
I love this. And can I illuminate something here? Ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are not, maybe, you know, not like Cougar Pie. Those of you that are, you know, because the Cougar Pie, she's got her little wrestling onesie on, the little helmet on. She's ready to hit the mat with anybody at any time. But if you're not like that, right? Confrontation isn't quite your, you know, isn't your like first native language or something like this. Listen, let me just say this. Passive aggression is still aggression. It gets a bad rap. People say like, oh, he or she is being so passive aggressive. That's so bad. Like there's something to be gained through the honesty of aggressive aggression. Now, is it awesome and cool and more violent? Yeah, and that can, you know, that needs to be understood and felt and explored, et cetera, et cetera. But listen, if all you got is passive aggression, yeah, it can be very effective. People fucking hate it, right?
They sure do, and they threaten violence all the time. But much like in Fight Club, they really don't follow through. People just are afraid of following through with their threats of violence, and I think it's hilarious. They'll get mad and they'll get mad until something finally breaks, and then we really get to see who they are as a human being.
Right.
Very rarely
it.
You get to see that exposed.
Bipolar Junction, namaste. Thank you so much for that sub. 4 months. Only 4 months? That's crazy. Bipolar, I swear to God, the amount of transformation you've allowed us to bear witness to, it certainly made me think longer than 4 months. Namaste to Bipolar for that very generous subscription. Now, listen, you know, you're so far, you know, I love that you brought up passive aggression, the importance of it. It doesn't get its day in the sun usually. Mother Hippopotamus with a communal vision. In order to open the mind to explore, just regularly crush your balls in a nice big book. You will see and feel the program working, changing you inside and out. Any response to that at all, Cuss Money? Have you ever done this?
I have not on purpose. I may have sat down on a book too hard before and hurt my testicles, but other than that, no. You know, you just throw a book in a chair and then you just go to flop down and you forgot the object was in the chair. Like, you know, on accident. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one who accidentally sits on things, but that's definitely
a little humble brag about your balls being so damn big.
I mean,
little humble brag. We've got all Cuss Money letting those balls swing tonight on exploration. Listen, brother, you contributed quite a bit, and I want to thank you. I want to keep this momentum going because you're certainly passing the baton. First, you pass it to yourself. Now you're passing it to me. I'm going to pass it to someone else. Let's keep this energy up. The program works. It makes me so happy to see it working in your life at all Cuss Money. I'm very proud of you.
Indeed. I've learned to harness some of those aggressive tendencies and explore them in a passive kind of way.
Oh,
namaste.
Gorgeous. Namaste. Namaste. People talk about honesty like there's some virtue to it. That there's some like sort of platonic ideal of our essence that can be uncovered and shared with the world. Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody finds it, if somebody found it, let me know. If somebody found that layer of unshakable authenticity of the human spirit that would necessitate a system of virtues and values around some idea of honesty, true self, authentic. If somebody knows it, please let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm cool with passive aggression. It is in many ways much more effective, especially in a castrated modern society. We killed God. We believe that we can cleanse the world through organized thoughts, purified language, and that we can all be nice to each other. And that's somewhere in the future. Within that ecosystem, yeah, passive aggression is going to take you far. If you've agreed to the social contract, yeah, I'm going to hand in my penis in order to get a job and survive. I want to get Netflix. I want to order DoorDash. I'm going to hand in my penis. If you hand in your penis, yeah, you better get at least a little bit good with passive aggression. You better get at least a little bit familiar with the efficacy of a 3-star rating on a DoorDash driver. Or even if you're racist, right? Even if you're racist or homophobic. You can be racist without saying the undergirding racist, premise. You can say like, oh, she was articulate or something like that, right? Passive aggression in a modern castrated world, regardless of race, creed, gender, ethnicity, religion, age, passive aggression can take you far. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name's Leslie. What's up, I can call you tonight?
You can call me XXV.
XXV. Brother XXV, thanks for giving us a call. Communal Vision from Mother Nipplebottom. They have all the big books at the library. I recommend going there to crush your balls. No one will mind when you explain the program inner workings. So Mother Nipplebottom really trying to underline the how effective it can be to simply grab a book, put your scrotum and both testicles inside the book and smash your balls. Have you ever done this, XXV?
Not on purpose. Although, who was it? It was All Cost Money that was the last caller, right?
Yes.
I have accidentally kind of like bummed myself when I backed into like something before. I bent over and somebody had pulled like a desk out and I got like the handle up my ass once.
A handle of, wait, what? I wasn't listening. You got a handle of what up your ass?
But like the desk, it's got like the little pulls on the desk drawers, and I wasn't paying attention. I was in an office setting. Somebody had pulled the drawer out, and then I bent over next to the copier to pick up another bundle of paper because the copier was out of paper. And when I bent over, I stuck my ass like right smack dab, like butthole right on the pull tab or whatever you want to call it.
Did it penetrate you?
No, luckily, I mean, I was wearing pants, but it was the subject of a little bit of jocularity because people were making fun, saying I was humping the desk, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's so funny. So they saw it happen and they were like, "Uh-oh, it must be horny season, mating season for XXV."
And so when something like that happens and like everybody sees it happen in the office, the only really thing you can do is roll with it and just kind of laugh with it and then like internally seethe and remember everyone who laughed at you so that later you can wreak havoc upon them once you gain more power than them.
So when it comes to as you've shared with us before, you are asexual, correct?
For the most part, yes. I was married to a woman, and partly that was because of just societal norms, and then I hadn't come to terms with my own personal truth at the point. Mm-hmm. I did love her, but more to the point, when you ask where the or what has the program done for me that I have benefited from the program, I will have to say that the program, I was less than 2 weeks into the program and my wife died. And I think that's a good thing, actually.
Speak on that. It's good that your wife died.
Well, because then that means I can carry on my own life without the societal expectations of a husband.
Right, you've been set free.
Care for a family, care for, if I want, I can look lustfully upon someone without having to worry whether my wife is unappreciative of my wandering eye, things like that.
Right. So it sounds to me, and I'm not familiar with the various flavors of asexuality, and perhaps you could enlighten me. So there are the status or identity or whatever of asexuality doesn't necessarily mean that you're not lustful or horny or have urges to have sex.
Right. Mostly, at least as far as my definition of it is that you are a sexual being. You do have lustful urges, but it's different in bisexuality or other things like that. Is that, at least in my opinion, you don't form that bond, that partnership bond with somebody that you might. It's more about satisfying your urges, sort of like a narcissistic kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. Where's Technology Wife? Do you ever feel a deep urge to load 2 or 3 reams of 20-pound letter size into the printer?
I do have a printer, but I don't have any desks that have drawers that extend out. So I just keep the 1 ream around.
A question for, and I just saw it pop up in chat too. I was going to ask this as a follow-up question. Isn't that called aromantic?
It might be. I'm kind of new to this whole LGBT scene. I was brought up in like a traditional.
Right. How many different types of gay are there?
Yeah, I know. For me,
you're one of them.
Yeah, I am. And one of those things about the labels, and you've brought this up, in fact, is like labels are so fluid.
You're kind of gay now, Kook.
Yeah. Labels these days, one day you can say you're he, they, she, her, z, zim, they, d, whatever the hell they're going for, and then the next day, then you're like a helicopter or whatever the fuck. So, and these people will have you believe that as long as you are true to yourself, no matter what label you put on yourself, that's a true label, that your own truth is paramount. But obviously we know that can't be true because there is objective truth.
There is objective truth.
Right. I mean, for example, 2 + 2 = 4 kind of truth. Nobody can ever come out and say, well, in my personal truth, 2 + 2 = 5 or whatever, because everyone else would say they're wrong and say that person is deluded.
Well, that one guy that was on Rogan said that, but he had like a mathematical proof for it. I didn't read it because I don't read, but Cougar Pie's got a communal vision. Cougar Pie, and this is specifically for you, XXV. I'm interested in your response to this. Cougar Pie says, caller is objectively boring.
Well, she's got $10 in her pocket. She can do what she will with that.
Namaste. That's true. Orgastar with affirmation for Phelps. Are you talking about essentialism? Would you consider yourself an essentialist?
I'm not exactly sure what the definition of that would mean.
The idea of that, and I'm gonna paraphrase it without getting too in the weeds of philosophy shit, but essentialism believes that there is an essence, basically, like a pure stuff of being at your core that can be, sort of accessed or described and sort of requires these like very specific language, and a lot of times essentialists, they like appeal to this idea that I have an essence, I have a pure being thing inside of me, like a soul, and only I have access to it, me and God.
Okay, well, I think I've been pretty clear about how I feel about spirituality.
And go ahead, just give us one sentence, just to retouch it.
I don't believe in the supernatural or any kind of spirituality. So if an essence is another name for a soul, then no, I'm not an essentialist.
Mother Nipplebottom, I say we get a limited number of sexy times, and some of us just use them all up early so we appear asexual, but we're just exhausted.
That could also be true, because I did get laid a lot when I was married.
But you hated it, right? So much that you're just like, take my dick.
No, I didn't hate it. It's just that I found it exhausting to try and please more than one person at a time.
And ultimately, but you were so your penis is in the demands and the societal expectations were such a you experienced it as a burden, correct?
Mostly, yeah. I mean, when it comes to sexual experiences, I would prefer to masturbate and get myself off than to have to try and please somebody else and then disappoint them. So I don't disappoint myself when I jerk off, but I could disappoint somebody else if I fail to make them come.
You're leaving a lot of meat on the bones if you are not disappointing yourself while you're jerking off. I would say you should jerk off more.
Oh, if you want me to disappoint myself?
Hey, listen, if you get those numbers up, I don't want you to disappoint yourself. I guarantee that you will disappoint yourself.
Oh, the only way I could disappoint myself is if I don't nut. So I guess in that respect, I would have to keep masturbating until I was totally dry.
I'm telling you, I'm very excited. I'm so glad that we landed on masturbation in such a firm way right now. I guarantee that, like, once you get your numbers up for a period of time, you will come and it won't feel good. And there's spiritual transformation awaiting you at that moment. See, because I want to hear what you think about a soul after you jack your shit off and come painfully out of a soft penis.
Would it help if it's chafed and dry and possibly bleeding?
Oh, that's, I guarantee is going to happen. That'll be one stage. Then you get the calluses. That's another stage.
Should at some point, like if it starts bleeding, should I maybe put a rubber on and keep jerking it?
Real quick affirmation for days. Listen, if you're not getting laid, hold on. I gotta affirm days real quick. It's Pride. We should swap women and days for Pride Month. I think I'm gonna do that at the break. Real quick affirmation for days. If you're not jacking off like at least 14 or 15 times a day, you are missing maybe the greatest spiritual opportunity that you will ever have. It is the most low-hanging fruit and the amount of power waiting to be set free after 3 weeks of my program that requires you to jack off 15, 16, 17 times a day. It defies words, defies language. XXV, and in that spirit, I'm going to go ahead and, apply that to you. We got to get your numbers up before we talk to you about spirituality in any way, okay?
Okay. I got one last thing to say.
Namaste. Explorations with Leslie Tanner, 872-205-9484. 872-205-9484. Caller, welcome to Explorations. My name's Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Leslie, it's Psyduck.
Psyduck, brother, welcome back. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Having a wonderful night. We're celebrating, doing a little bit of reflection, a little bit of celebration tonight on the program. The program works. So Psyduck, listen, we've all seen your transformation over time, but I'm excited to really get into some details with you. Brother, how has the program... Now that's fun. Imagine that. Mother Nipplebottom drawing a line between a woman painting their toes and a man dyeing his testicles, a scrotum. You could just save the Easter Sunday dyeing kits, right? You could even just kind of like get the little basket, right? That cheap little plastic, put your scrotum in it, lower it down into the dye. Make it tie-dye. Make it like a rainbow thing. Make it like pride thing out of it if you want, right? Eight 872-205-9484. Siduk didn't want to talk about how the program worked in his life. He just hung up. How about that, huh? How about that? Siduk feeling scared tonight. There we go. There we go, Siduk. I'm very proud of you for saying that. Blessings and namaste to Siduk. I'm feeling scared tonight. That phrase right there is worth a call's weight in gold. That one phrase. I'm scared tonight. Namaste to Siduk. Can we get some namastes in chat right now for Brother Siduk? I'm scared tonight. Proud of you. I am proud of you. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. I love that we can share this kind of time with each other. Where else? In what forum? On what platform?
I would be such a strong and resilient handicapped person, but sadly, I may go my whole life without anyone ever knowing that about me.
Bobby Cosmic, Laser Shark.
There's something
Blessings.
very gay about the internet, isn't there?
Maybe we should. That's another pride topic. Pride topics. Is the internet gay? It's been a while since we visited that. The female penis. What? That's a good one.
We are not the universe observing itself, no. We are the universe enduring itself, tolerating itself.
Is the internet gay? Caller, welcome to Explorations. My name's Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
It's Bradley.
Bradley, how are we doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm having a fantastic evening exploring the program works. Now, you're somebody who's, who comes and goes. I know life gets busy. Sometimes you're making it to exploration. Sometimes life gets the better of you. But having come back, Bradley, tell me, how has the program worked in your life?
Well, it's worked. So I would say this about myself. Everybody knows this. I get terminated all the time because I try to be a nice guy. I try to be truthful and, do the nice guy thing, the toaster thing. Nice guy. But I'm really kind of like Kook. I'm kind of like her. Very, very aggressive. I am. I try not to be, but I am. And here's what the program has taught me. We all grew up. Some of us, or most of us, grew up poor. We grew up the way we grew up. Life is thrown at us what it's thrown at us. I think we all, as a majority, try to be good people. But there's this underlying anger and aggression. And I think the program has taught me, by all the people here, the program and the people being mean to you, saying shit to you. They're like, what the hell, man? Why? Why you say that to me? But you know what? It's helped me callous a little bit to the world, and I've started understanding. Wait a minute, all the people that have ever told me, well, you're passive aggressive. Well, yeah, of course I am. If I wasn't passive aggressive, I'd be a serial killer. You know what I mean? You gotta let that shit out, and you gotta say dumb shit sometimes. You gotta say weird shit. You gotta embrace stuff that you normally wouldn't embrace. And that's what it's taught me, honestly, Leslie. It's taught me coming here, spending time with you guys, your community has taught me you take yourself too fucking seriously sometimes. You can't be the nice guy all the fucking time. Sometimes you just gotta let loose and say what the fuck you need to say. But I can still be nice about it. We can still have fun with it. But at the same time, you still have to let it go, or it'll eat you alive, man. That's what it's taught me. I'm being honest with you tonight, Leslie. I don't normally talk like this, do I?
No, you don't. It's a treat. It's a treat to get to hear from you like this.
Well, sometimes I try, and then sometimes I'm just too drunk, so just being honest. I didn't drink tonight, so I'm wide open. So being honest.
I love it. I love it. So what I'm hearing from you, and I'm going to paraphrase, tell me if I'm mischaracterizing it, is that part of this program, because one part about this community and program that's very important to me is that this is not a safe place in any use of that word. It's not a safe place, and I would never use that word, and I would never create that for anyone, because I believe in everyone that comes here and stays here, and I believe in the power inside each and every single person that watches this program. Now, by creating safety, no, I'm infantilizing you. I'm treating you like a baby. I'm also putting more roadblocks between each chatter and their potential power. Now, it sounds like you have specifically found resonance with this, as difficult and sometimes painful as it can be to have, violence lobbed at you, the violence of language, somebody talking shit, somebody hating on you, somebody, just taking jabs at you from chat. This has forced you, as you said, it forced you to toughen up a little bit, right?
Damn straight, yeah.
But in toughening up a little bit, brother, you, as you said, I'm not just passive aggressive, I'm aggressive. You discovered a toughness that you already were, given the right circumstances.
True. That's true.
Right? So, we can credit the program working, but ultimately in your story, you, brother, are working. You are tough. You are merely given the right circumstances and just a simple chance and a right environment to express yourself and your power. Am I in the right zone right now? Am I accurately describing what you're sharing?
Yes. Yeah, you are.
Okay.
I think what I'm maybe I could relay it a little better.
Yeah,
so
please.
If you spend your time at work with people that are have to be politically correct all the time.
Right.
They have to be, there's no, you can't, HR says you can't, sexually harass people by saying crazy shit. So, at work, you can't be who you really are.
Right.
And because everybody really is black and white. And you got to be a certain way at work, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then in your play, depends on what you do. I mean, you're on a baseball team. You got to. There's rules. You got to follow those rules. Mm-hmm. You can't throw a baseball at someone's fucking forehead because they're being a dickhead. You got to follow the rules. Right. But here, not true. You can say the weirdest, dumbest, meanest shit to people. And a lot of people will get pissed off in the chat. They'll leave. They don't get it. They call in and somebody does to me like they did to me. They do it to me all the time. I can't believe I'm not terminated yet.
You're on a roll. You're really resonating, I think, with everyone, though. Everybody's really listening to you.
But it's true. I mean, sometimes you got to go hang out with people that will let you be who you are. If it's aggressive or it's not aggressive, but it's real, and there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now, man. And if you can't let that shit go in a place like this, in like a program like this, then you're gonna go insane. I'm not on pills. I don't, everybody says, well, you're a little autistic. You might be on the spectrum. You probably need some depression pills and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck that. I would rather just be aggressive and people quit being pussies. God dang, I'm tired of fucking people. Just the pussy bullshit in the world right now. And I get to come here and talk like this and let it out. It's fun. It's fun and it's therapeutic. I don't pay a therapist because I can come talk to you.
Exactly.
I can come talk to your people. I mean, everybody, all this stuff, man, everybody's like, oh, that's mean. Yeah, it's mean. It's mean. Take it in. Let it become part of you. Let it polish you. Let it build you and grow you and stop being such a damn pussy about shit. Just look, growing up doesn't mean you get wiser and gentler. Sometimes, but not always. Because there are a lot of people out there that need to be punched in the fucking throat. Maybe they'd grow up. So that's my aggressiveness.
I love it. Listen, what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna besmirch what you just shared with any kind of reflection. I think what you just shared with us really gets to the core of what a lot of goes on here. A lot that goes on here, and you got to the core of what that is in sharing what you just shared tonight. I don't want to get in its way. I just want everyone to really resonate with that. Okay, Bradley?
Okay. Well, also, I want to say it took a long time for that to happen. So all your new listeners, look, stick in there. Stick with it. Mm-hmm. You got to stay here long enough and be offended enough and be pushed away enough to realize they're not pushing you away. They just want to make sure that you're tough enough to be part of the group. Mm. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Bradley.
Program works, brother.
Bradley, namaste to you. This has been a beautiful call.
All right, man. You guys have a good night.
Namaste, dog.
Later.
Say namaste, but whatever. Good caller from Cuckoo Pie. Wow. Powerful call. That was genuinely a powerful call. Namaste, Bradley. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name's Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
It's Mish.
Mish, welcome back to the program tonight. How are you?
I took a shower and I'm clean now.
Well, that's good. That's good. Does it feel good to be clean?
Yes.
Well, that sounds nice. Thank you for sharing that with us tonight. So it sounds like you're feeling good.
No.
No, not feeling good. What's going on? Why not feeling good?
I'm so sleepy.
Okay, so you could feel good and
Also-
sleepy. Sometimes people feel good and sleepy. Sleepy that's not necessarily good or
No.
bad.
No.
Yes, you can.
No.
What if you ran around out like a little kid runs around outside, under fireworks, eats a bunch of candy, and then gets sleepy, right? That could be a good sleepy.
Yeah, that does feel nice.
But here we are. You've got a bad sleepy, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. I thought we were talking about gay people.
Well,
And
yeah.
then, like, the last few calls weren't very gay.
No, sometimes they get gay, sometimes they don't.
Oh.
Now, we can talk about gayness. We can also talk about the program working in your life. So let's maybe cover, let's do have a little to-do list for this call, all right? In no
Okay.
particular order, we will cover homosexuality in some fashion, and we will also cover how the program has worked in your life, Mish. That sound okay?
Ah, fine.
Beautiful. All right. So what's first, gayness or the program?
Let's talk about the program first.
Okay, so listen, Mish, tonight we're reflecting and doing a little bit of celebration because a lot of us here, we have put in a great deal of effort and seen the transformation take place in all of our lives thanks to this personal power program. Talk to me about a time in your life that you just you said, wow, this program really does work, huh?
I haven't ever said that.
Okay, let's try this again. Whether you've said that or not, can you tell me a time that this program has worked in your life?
Like how? In what way?
Like the tenets affected your life, made sense to you, and you found like access to like more potential and power? Maybe you found yourself amidst maybe like you had a little more money in the bank account, or you had like a sort of flourishing
certainly not
friendship
that.
or romantic relationship or
Well, I've made some friends in the program.
Okay, interesting. Okay, and how has the program led to these friends through the program?
Just like talking and chat and on Discord.
So tell me, Mish, why? I think this is a really interesting point because I think a lot of people, whether you know it or not, that whether this program is working in your life or not, this can be a really universal, a really general example for everyone. What is it? Because right, you're on the internet. You could interact on a million different websites. You could be in a million different places, chat rooms, etc. But you choose to come here, right, to this Twitch channel, to this Discord server. Why is it that you come to this one out of all the others?
Convenience.
Convenience. Yeah, talk to me about the convenience. What's convenient about it?
Well, I live with you, so I didn't really have to like search for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So just like proximity to the courage of not just myself but other members of this program.
Courage?
Courage, yeah, the courage.
It's not the word I would use, but okay.
What word
Sure.
would you use, Mish?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Courage doesn't sound right, though.
Well, let's dig a little bit. What word fits? Watermelon? Does that word fit?
No, that's silly.
What about a doggy? Does that fit?
No, why would that fit?
Right, exactly. That's so silly. Why would it fit? What's another word
things,
that makes
not
more
descriptors.
sense?
I don't know. The shut-in antisocial vibe everyone has.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Now we're jumping ahead a couple steps. I like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I don't talk to people in real life happening.
And there's something that is attracted to you about that vibration. Am I hearing that right? What is it?
Yeah.
What is it about
Sometimes
that? Quick,
I just
please be
stare
quiet.
for up to an hour at my biceps, triceps, lats, and quads to help manifest gains.
All right, continue. What is it about that vibrational wavelength that just you feel resonant with?
They know more funny internet jokes. Because that's like what they do.
Right.
Is
They
be on
joke
the
around on
internet.
the internet.
Yeah.
Where's Technology Wife? Namaste. Thank you for the bits. Sweetheart, appreciate that. You know what? You know what I love about our calls, Mish?
Everything?
Of course. Of course.
How fun they are?
Of course, another one. That's another quality. Yes, continue.
How nice and fun I am.
Right. Exactly. What else?
I'm smart and beautiful and kind.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What else?
I don't know. I'm kind of running out of words.
All right. That keeps coming up. We keep running. We go to find words and then they're not there for us tonight. Real quick affirmation for women: don't even worry about words. Don't worry about reading. If somebody tried to get you to read, they basically molested you.
Yep. We'll sign off on that one.
Namaste. Now, okay. So one thing I love about your calls is that, and you didn't mention this one, so allow me to add another quality to the pile of words. I love how there's such a truth, an intensity of this, like something right under the surface of a Mish call, right? Mish calls and, oh, I'm doing good, or I'm sleepy, or I'm beautiful and fun, and I love everybody who's beautiful and fun, except for, dicks, but we're having fun. I won't call it psychotic because that sort of makes it sound pathological and unhinged, but there is a hinged, grounded rage just barely under the surface of most words that you share on this program. And that is one of my favorite things.
That makes sense.
Right? There's some, right? Does that make sense when I say that back to you? Could you like maybe locate that in you, or you at least feel some truth to that?
Yeah, I'm mad often.
Right. And you're often not mad on the show though.
Yeah. Why would I be mad on the show?
Because you're mad in real life, because Mish is mad.
I'm not mad at the show or anything happening on it.
No, of course. How could you be, right? It's explorations.
Okay.
See, there we go. It took one little poke. We found it. It's starting to come out a little bit. How could you be possibly mad at the most effective personal power program in the country? It's done so much for you.
It hasn't done anything for me.
Oh, I disagree. It's given you community. It's given you friends. It's given you, I think you'd be massively lost without it.
That's not true at all.
Oh, I think so. I think that you were a lost soul before you found this. You had no idea what you were doing or where you were going.
No, I'm still like doing the same things and going probably in the same direction as I would without it.
No, I disagree. I think there's such a a purely good effect that this program is having on you, and it's difficult for you to admit. Azrael7775, I'm surprised Leslie hasn't been smothered by a pillow.
That is an option.
What, you smothering me with a pillow?
Yeah, I do have that in a list of methods.
That you could try to hurt me?
I don't want to talk about it right now.
It's because you know what would happen. We've talked about this before.
No. Nothing would happen.
Nothing would happen.
No.
Swing on me. I live with you. If you're so confident. You're so confident we live in the octagon, right? Take a swing on old Leslie.
Okay.
See what happens.
Come out of your room, bitch.
I'm doing the program right now. I can't come out of the room.
All right. See you later, then.
All right, then. Do you see what the program's doing for you even right now? You see how your voice changed a little bit? You're a little more angry, a little more aggressive.
It would be really funny to hit you.
See, there we go. Not just sleepy anymore, huh? What else?
I'm still pretty sleepy.
See, you're becoming animated, becoming violent. You can feel your blood boiling. I'll bet you feel a little warmer than you were even like 5 minutes ago.
No.
Disagree with that. Now, all thanks to this program, right?
I guess so.
Oh, there she. Okay. All right.
I guess so.
I guess so. Listen.
Wow.
Would you say it? Would you say the phrase? Would you say the phrase, Mish?
No, I will not.
Go ahead, say it. You just admitted it.
Nope.
You just admitted the truth of it.
I didn't admit anything.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. The old roommate just finally admitted it. Finally saying, "I guess it did." Everybody heard it. I keep putting the phrase on the screen. Go ahead.
I'm just saying
say
what you want to hear.
Why? Why do that?
Because I wanted to talk about other stuff, and this is boring.
Oh yeah, let's talk about homosexuals.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about, because you and I became roommates working at a restaurant in the gay neighborhood here in Chicago.
Need to go back with a subscription. Blessings to you. Happy day, Peppercorn Patty. I love you. Is it?
Oh my God, happy birthday, Peppercorn Patty.
Is it fully her birthday?
I believe so.
Not yet. All caps, no, not yet. When is it? Almost.
Shit.
It's tomorrow.
That means all week is your birthday, though. So happy birthday, Peppercorn Patty.
Well, if we stream past 11 Central Time, we'll get to say happy birthday to her.
We better do it.
Namaste, Butte Ho. Blessings and namaste. Doofus hitting a 3-stream streak. The program works. Blessings, namaste. Doofus heard you say it. That the program works. But anyway, we'll return back to that before we finish the call. Go ahead. Yeah, so we met working at a restaurant in the gay neighborhood.
Right.
Right.
And I thought about how many times one of my tables would leave their phone number for you on like my little receipt thing. And there was one instance where you were wearing this shirt that said power lift, and it had this like big buff guy, lifting weights on it.
I don't remember
And
this shirt.
the note, I remember it because someone left their phone number for you on one of my checks, and it said, "Give to guy in power lift hoodie." And like looking back on it, I know sometimes you'd be like, what am I doing that is making people think I'm gay? That was a very gay shirt to wear.
Especially given the context, huh?
Yeah, and I think like the only way it could have been gayer is if it said like power bottom on it or something, which you notoriously are.
You're such a bitch. You're such a bitch.
I'm just being honest.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, this is just honesty. This is just me being a real honest Mish. Me being just sweepy, feel good Mish.
I gotcha. I fucking gotcha.
Cougar by the communal vision. That's unfair because you've just got that one lodged. You got that one in your back pocket at all times. Mish, has the program helped Leslie evade twink death?
I think it might have. Everyone thinks he's like 15 years younger than he is.
Communal vision from Pepperoncini. Mish, can you tell another embarrassing detail about Leslie? Thank you, Laser. Laser Shark coming to my defense. Guru is the opposite of a bottom.
No, he's a power bottom.
I mean,
it's powerful.
If
I could,
you would not understand.
Being a bottom isn't always like humiliating.
I'm not saying it is. Who said that?
That was the implication, was it not?
The implication of what? Or what did I say that implied that?
The chatter. Oh my God, chill.
Oh, the chatter. Oh, the chatter. No, Laser Shark. Guru's the opposite. Listen, let's just say.
Now you're mad.
Let's just say.
Now you mad.
I can play all sorts of positions. Let's just say that.
Okay.
All right, so Pepperoncini, can you tell another embarrassing detail about Leslie?
I'm trying to think. I mean, he likes jazz. That's pretty embarrassing. He likes Dave Matthews Band. That's crazy.
No, that's well. These are just awesome things about me so far.
That's crazy embarrassing.
These are just sick qualities about me as a man.
I'm glad that you are embarrassed to be yourself.
You're glad that I'm not embarrassed?
Yeah, because
wow.
I would be embarrassed if someone found out I like Dave Matthews Band.
It sounds like it's somewhere in your heart you are embarrassed of how much you feel drawn to the Dave Matthews Band.
I could not name a song. I know about the shit incident.
What about, okay, so out of, the three, Dave Matthews Band, 311, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No.
None of them?
No, none of them.
You're a self-hating white person. One classic song
Probably.
is Crash Into Me. Guru, do you remember when the pumped all over that doo-doo in the river? Famously. Crash Into Me, Under the Table and Dream. There's so many good ones. Stay is a good one. The whole
I don't know it.
Crash album's great. Under the Table and Dreaming is great. In terms of the live ones, I really liked Live at the Red Rocks. Tropes, Crash Into Me is a power bottom anthem. There's honestly there's a good amount of truth to that. I'm gonna let my all my friends know in the Dave Matthews fan club hear about that. That you just shared that, and I think I predict they'll resonate with that. Let's see what are your thoughts on Boney James? He's a smooth guy, right? I'm not super familiar with his catalog. Nigel Pennyweather, Communal Vision. Caller, what is your favorite Japanese dish? Have you tried Chonko Nabe, sumo stew? It is #1, top 10.
I don't know what that is.
What is it?
At all.
Well, I don't know what it is. Yeah, could you describe it? Azrael, I want Leslie as my defensive linebacker. Me twerking all night. Now I'm embarrassed. I wish he could twirl like a princess.
Oh, it's like a hot pot.
Peppercorn Patty, you are very inspiring to the community tonight, Mish. Communal Vision from Peppercorn Patty. All my jazz musician friends are always posting vids at a damn Dave Matthews Band show. Coinky dink.
Ooh. Is that true? Is there a lot of overlap between jazz and Dave Matthews?
Yeah. He initially sought to combine jazz and rock. Actually, if you knew anything about anything, you would know that he attempted to merge the worlds of jazz and rock.
If you even knew about music like I did, you would know that's the most natural thing in the world is Dave Matthews Band having an overlap with jazz.
Oh, what a card.
M. Robert Kopp says both are super gay, so yeah. See?
Jazz and Dave Matthews are gay?
This Pride Month, I want to see you owning being a power bottom.
I'm owning being a power bottom by being myself all the time. I walk through different worlds all at the same time.
You were like a little resistant initially, but all right.
Laser Shark says jazz is awesome. Somebody pin that. You know, listen, if it means that I have to have anal sex, I've got some bad news for you. I don't have sex.
Talking about how you used to be.
Dave Matthews Band, Blues Traveler. Dave Matthews Band is so legendary, people will be making fun of their fans for generations.
I know all these band names. I don't know a song. I'm sure if I heard a song, I would be like, oh, it's that song.
Yeah. These are all just fun. It's fun. If you liked having fun in the 90s, you liked these things. Peppercorn Patty.
I was like a baby.
Come crash into me. Yeah. Crash into me. Crash into me. Crash into me. Ooh, whoa. Ooh, whoa.
Is this like stuff that would play at a department store?
Crash into me, yeah, crash into me. Crash
I don't know her.
Ooh. Listen, if that doesn't hit a chord what I just performed for you, then you're dead. You've got no soul.
All right, I guess that's that.
if Biden can say people aren't black for voting for him, then I can say, what would I do? If you're not, how do I do I strip the blackness from black people or award it to white people for liking Dave Matthews Band, or both?
I don't know.
Anyway, thanks so much for the call, Namish. Really great stuff. Namaste.
You're welcome.
The program works. Say it.
Nope.
That was right. Once the program got to working on Mish, then we saw Mish come alive, right? She can deny that this program works, but every single time she calls, there's an example. At one point in the call, there is a specific moment where the program starts working. Exactly, Fidgety. Exactly. He's one of the apartheid white guys. Is he an apartheid white guy? There's so many. There's a lot of black people in his music videos, though. Sometimes. There's some black dudes in his band. One of them was even a pedophile. Dark moment in the Dave Matthews universe. Real quick affirmation for fellas. The little snow cone. Nothing wrong getting a little snow cone. Sociopathogen, namaste. Hopefully you get that snow cone. Whether you get one, I hope you at least think about a snow cone. Yeah, I know he's a white South African, but I don't know his actual beliefs of it. Real quick affirmation for these. No snow cones for you this summer. You got to be looking out for Choco Tacos. Namaste, Lewis. Caller, namaste. Welcome to Explorations. My name is Leslie. What's up I can call you tonight?
Hey, it's Anti-Snowman. I called once to just get a termination because there were like a bunch saved up. But then I called during like the silence moment, and I struggled more to keep things going than I thought I would then. Okay, I want to see, do you think the program's working for me? Here's my anecdote of the day.
Go for it.
I went to Burger King. I don't know. I've got a fast food. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a problem, but I put on some weight recently, but I also turned 30 recently, so maybe that's all right. Anyway, so I go to Burger King. The local Burger King's been on a good streak lately. Usually I rotate fast food once they start messing up, but Burger King was struggling today. I go to the drive-thru, and there's a truck in front of me that's like classic.
Now I'm going to say to 613 Chris for the super chat at youtube.com. I just want to shout out 613 for that super chat. Blessings to you. I want to thank you for that. Namaste. Continue, Anti.
Yeah, so I'm the second person. There's only one person in the drive-thru in front of me, and they're at the menu board, and they're in like a giant truck with duct tape on the tailgate. It's a bit much. Like, I live in a rural area. Trucks aren't that rare, but like, it's looking rough. There's like a veteran sticker, and then there's like a little dog in the car, I noticed, or in the truck. Anyways, where this is going is they sit there for a long time And it's like, I'm like, are they just struggling to order, or what's happening? And so I wait I'm listening to like a baseball game. Anyways, I wait like 5 minutes, and then I'm about to back out of the little drive-through area and leave and just go somewhere else. And then finally the truck moves ahead. And then I get to the window and I find out what the problem is like the lady taking the order, she's like, can you wait? And it's like, what are we waiting on? It's like 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, and there's like 2 people eating inside and 1 car ahead of me. So I start getting more bitter about this, but I'm trying to not, and I'm like, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's an emergency, maybe things are going wrong. Anyways, to make this shorter, okay, so then it takes them a little while to get to my order. I order like 2 things on their $5 duo, and she's like, it'll be $6.50. And I'm like, well, it says $5. And then she's like, do you want that in the duo? And I'm like, yes. Like, they're just like asking, like if fast food's so bad, they're just like, oh, we'll take, or do you want the deal? Like, she has to ask if I want the deal. Like, it's like, it's like $1.50. It's not the end of the world, but I'm kind of getting better. And then I get to the window, and then they give me my receipt. They don't apologize for the wait or for almost charging me money for no reason. And then I had to wait a while. And in the baseball game, I'm listening to the Reds. And that's probably part of my problem too, is I'm a Reds fan. And I listen to them like give up runs to the Royals, who suck. And I'm still waiting for my food. And then she opens the window and she's like, did you get your food yet? And it's like, no, like, what do you think I'm doing? So then she gave it to me. Anyways, I ate it in the parking lot. It was a little bit cold. Anyways, so here's my question. Then I felt some gratitude. I'm like, this is pretty tasty. It's not the end of the world. It's a nice summer day. And so is it better to keep some of that bitterness and anger at like the fast food, or is it better to have gratitude, or am I just lost cause?
Is your question is whether you should be grateful or feel bitterness?
Yeah, I don't know, like I feel like I'm always like too worried about getting like stepped on by society. Like or because I'm like a nice guy, but it's like I'm a nice guy because I'm scared of people.
Well, I mean, that's probably true. Communal vision from Mother Nipplebottom. Caller should teach them a lesson and go buy ingredients to cook his own burgers, make them suffer.
Yeah. I should cook more. I went to Walmart after and got some groceries. I didn't get burgers, but
well, let me tell you this. I'll tell you this. If you didn't have bitterness in your heart, then you wouldn't be asking me about bitterness in your heart, right?
Yeah.
And this is directly related to the other question of you know, you're kind of, you're judging your experience of bitterness, and you're judging your experience of getting walked on. Now, what do you do for a living? Real short, give me 2 words. What do you do for a living?
Nothing.
You're unemployed.
I worked retail, and before
that, that's
right.
We've talked about this. So listen, so you're without a job. You don't. I would imagine you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
You do without
I do
more often than you do with. Is this correct?
What was the last part?
You do without more often than you do with.
Yeah, somewhat. Like I'm
not even somewhat. You're unemployed. What, are you on Medicaid?
Yeah.
You on EBT?
Yeah, I'm living with. No, I'm applying for disability stuff, and I'm living with my dad. But he's got enough cash that I'm not like. We're like middle class. Maybe we're lower middle class or middle class. Some people that are upper middle class, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not upper middle class.
How old are you?
31.
Okay, let me just make this simple as a therapist, okay?
Yeah.
The world is walking all over you.
Yeah.
You have not gotten a fair shake. Things have not worked out that well for you.
Yeah.
Okay? So these feelings of bitterness and resentment are good and accurate. You know, in the same way that you touch a hot pan and your hand hurts, your life
There are a
is
few
not
gay
good,
guys from
and
Guam
you're bitter
in
and
my
resentful
town
about it.
who hate NASA for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, I got some friends and family that love me, and so that's pretty good.
Do you see how how far you're having to dig, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
This
not the
is
real
here.
stuff.
Allow me to do this. The program is working, and it's working right now for you. You are bitter and resentful, and you should be. And this this idea that you should be thankful is a yoke on your neck. They are chains. You're handcuffed. You are burdened. You know, so no one. You do not benefit from doing this to yourself. This is you are cutting off your penis. You're bitter. You're resentful. You're angry.
Well, yeah, I'm jealous of the people that get to complain and be assholes. Like, just like they just act like that's like they just naturally do it and like don't feel bad. Yeah, and
And you're jealous of them, right? Because that would feel good.
Yeah.
The next level is calling to you right now, brother. The next level is calling to you.
I'm starting to feel it because I think I got some good nihilism brewing, but I don't know. I'm thinking of doing comedy, but it's hit or miss with the stuff I find funny and what other people find funny.
Go for it. Yeah, do some comedy. Go. It's free to do comedy.
Okay. Shoot. Now I'm blanking on my. Okay. Here's one idea I got going on. You know when like a woman is in labor, in childbirth for a really long time?
Is this
actually
a bit
happening? Or yeah, they're in labor, and then what's actually happening? It's just the baby hitting the snooze button over and over again.
Oh man, I wish I could hear the rest of this. You've been terminated. That was right in the middle of that. Maybe next time. Well, I gotta take a little pee, guys. It's pee break time. Blessings and namaste. I'll be right back with the rest of Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Tonight, the program works. We're exploring our achievements and efforts, reflecting and a little bit of celebration. Namaste, everybody. I'll be right back in just a few moments. A couple details about my community of devoted light while we're at it. Now, again, we're hosting private streams on most Saturdays of the month. This Saturday, we'll be streaming on our private server. We'll be exploring the rape of awareness on our private stream, Community of Devoted Light. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I gotta pee so bad. Blessings.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning of starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. If there was a black hole in front of me right now, and I could stick my penis inside of it, I would absolutely do it. It would probably be scary because it would suck my cock so hard. It would probably hurt. It might suck my penis off my body for all I know. Or maybe my whole body. Or maybe my house too. My neighborhood. My whole reality. Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, everybody. Welcome on back to Explorations. Now, we got to redo that whole commercial ultimately, but basically we've gone through some different iterations. We used to have the video, we used to have a podcast, but now thanks to the efforts of a webmaster, Brother Pepper and Sheeny, we have our own dedicated, privately hosted streaming situation. Full functionality of Twitch, except no rules, no TOS, no jackals, no rapists, nobody with the crosshairs on our foreheads trying to take down the program. Only human expression, only saying yes to the heart, the mind, the body, and therefore saying yes and namaste to the power of the next level over. And like I said, so we're going to be doing these private streams most Saturdays of the month. This Saturday, Rape of Awareness. Namaste. Thank you, Impulse, by the way. Thank you for pulling up the link. The Community of Devoted Light. Doofus Dusseldorf, namaste. Failed parent of several. Strong come. But not a whole lot of aftercare for him. Namaste, Porkbelly, TPW, private streams are blessed. See, hey, go ahead, ask any of the Community of Devoted Light. If you're on the fence, ask the Community of Devoted Light how they feel about the private stream. I genuinely, like, and I felt this especially last week, coming off of the private stream back into Twitch, I was like hungover. Because like I kind of gotten into the rhythm of the private like freedom. I don't have to second guess anything. I don't have to censor anything. Neither does anyone in the chat. Able to shoot off communal visions. Saying whatever. We don't have to think about it. It's truly the program as it was originally conceived, meant to be. The titty button rules, says M. Robert Cop. Imagine that. For a couple dollars a month, you get a titty button several times a week. You get a penis button. You get a guy with Down syndrome button, and you get a domestic abuse button on top of the postcard. And the starry mode. The starry mode is hot. Yeah, 53 months. Doofus has been here. Doofus was here for the live seminars back in the day. Doofus was here for the podcast back in the day. He's been on a journey. He's had a front row seat for how effective this program can be. Bradley. That young man is got a tremendous amount of power. $5 a month. $5 a month. Physical postcard, private streams. You get a titty button, physical postcard, access to all the old podcasts, access to all the old videos. Ladies and gentlemen, caller, welcome to Explorations. My name's Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey there, Guru. It's Ricky.
Namaste, Wiki Web. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Guru?
I'm doing fantastic. I was eating a little bit of rice with some like pork sauce in it.
That looks good. What is that there? Is that a special dish?
I didn't understand what you just said. What'd you say?
Was that a special? Was that some kind of foreign dish right there? Is that a foreign?
I made it was this like I think it's braised pork belly in Instant Pot.
Mm.
You ever do you like pork belly, Wiki Wiva?
Oh yeah, I like that pork belly.
It's good stuff.
We have barbecue. We had that barbecue down there.
I've never had barbecued pork belly.
Mm. I think that's something you might like, there, Guru.
I think I would love it.
That to a special tweet. Yeah, that'd be a special tweet.
Now, how do you have you prepared pork belly before?
No, not me, but I have a neighbor who he's a barbecue master. He goes on these barbecue tournaments, and they make all kind of barbecue stuff. I've had his pork belly.
Does he? Now here, Nigel Pennyweather. Since joining the program, I no longer suffer from itchy butthole syndrome, and I am no longer afraid go into public without the need to be digging in my ass. Thank you, Guru. The program works. Namaste. Nigel Pennyweather. Beautiful.
What a blessing.
See, that's the thing. That there's so many secondary, tertiary side effects of joining the program. It brings such a resonance, a sort of spiritual and physical resonance, that the body sort of organizes itself. It fixes itself in a lot of ways. They say the program cures, but really all we're doing is bringing the body and the mind and the soul into an alignment that it's trying to get back into, but it can be difficult without the right perspective and without the right tools.
Yeah, just like releasing oxygen into your cells, and everything just start working a little better. You walk a little chipper, you talk a little more peppy, you feel it like you're maybe a few inches off the ground when you're walking around the way. I mean, it just has all kind of good little tidbits, you know.
Exactly.
You get a better gas mileage on your car. Ice cream tastes a little bit sweeter. Yeah, it tastes sweeter.
I love that. Wiki Wiva, talk to me. Right now, we're exploring the program works. Now, Lord knows you've been here for a long time. You've seen how this program worked in your life. We've discussed this specifically with you multiple times, but, you know, is just off the top of your head, is there another example that you can think of? I mean, you mentioned the ladies thing, right? Walking like you're a couple inches off the ground when you're on ladies. How has this program specifically improved your romantic and sexual life?
Oh man, you get bonus what you never had before. I mean, it's almost like that thing when it tears out your body.
Right, intensity of erection.
Really,
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, really. a pulsating, almost a painful erection. It becomes intense. It's too much. It's too much good.
Too much. And so you find yourself so engorged, much more engorged than you've ever been in your life. And so in your case, how do women respond to this very intensely erect penis?
A lot of ladies like it. Some are frightened. Some are flirtatious with it. Some want to treat it like a dance pole. Some want to ride it. Some want to swap it. Can it stay up? Can it get down? I mean, those are things that you have to explore and figure out.
So it sounds like it's really just it's like one of those like a Rorschach test, right? They're going to do what they do to a hard dick, but they're going to be pushed to their limits when they are presented with the intensity of erection you're able to achieve because of the program.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes there's going to be a horror show. They're going to be like, oh, my God, can you get that out of my face?
Now, when you say it's too much, Wiki, when you say it's too much, what exactly is that experience like? Can you give us any kind of details, like that moment, like you think you're getting a boner, but you know it's a program boner, and it's getting to be that too much feeling? Describe it. What's going on at that moment?
Every nerve in your body is lit on fire. Once you realize there's really no container. It's like being a caveman and then somebody threw you in outer space. And you're like, wow, I didn't know all this existed. What am I doing down in the cave down here eating this raw moss? I didn't know you could go up and eat bugs.
Yeah.
You know, you're off in a whole nother universe. You don't know where you at for a little while. You have to stabilize. It's like coming out of a cave or something, and you see all these white lights, and you're going, what in the world is going on? What have I been hiding my whole life?
Wow.
Those kind of experiences.
So it sounds like, because the caveman being launched into space, that is a cosmological paradigm shift.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure for some it can be very scary.
You know, because like they think that a caveman, the gods are in the sky, right? They don't even know how to access the sky. They've never seen a human being fly. They've never seen like a human built contraption take a human being into the sky, let alone past the sky, outside of the Earth's atmosphere into the abyss. So you're talking when you start achieving that ultra dense, terse erection, that it is akin to staring into the dark abyss of the universe.
Yeah, with your flashlight. You finally got a flashlight on. You know what you're facing now. You didn't know what to call it before because you've never been out the cave, but you got that red, flappy flashlight, and it's gotten away.
Wow. Now, Wiki, I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I mean, one of the funny things about the abyss, and this came up earlier when Where's Technology Wife invoked the nothing on the Bit Redeem. So, one thing that's interesting about nothing is, this might sound overly simple or kind of ridiculous, but what's interesting about nothing isn't what's, you know, the nothing that's there, but the nothing that's not there. That, you know, behind every object, there is not that object surrounding it. So, a pure experience that we are able to achieve through the program of exploration so often. And right now we're talking about your erection, right?
All kind of things, but yeah, majorly my waning.
As you see that penis sort of glow and become red and hard, you are able to feel the encroaching not penis sort of coalescing, kind of caving in around that penis. So your experience of a boner is at the same time an erection, but also the opposite of erection and the anti-erection.
What is not the erection? Yeah, what is not your weenie? Your ding dong. What is not your ding dong?
And tell me, what are the orgasms like with this erection for you?
Whew. They like I said, it's like an astronaut being shot. It's like a caveman shoving him in a rocket ship and then shooting him into outer space. And you see all the stars and the galaxies, and you're like, I didn't know all this existed. This is too weird. But then you get used to it, and then you start craving it, and you say, you know, I'm gonna live on this. I'm gonna live on this plane every day, because it's pretty boring down there in the mall, in the caves, in the ditches. You want to be out there, exciting world. You want to be really living, not just sort of half living. Get busy living or get busy dying. My thing.
So, what I'm taking away, the things that stood out to me the most about what you just shared, or when you get this erection, the phrase that stood out to me, one, you know, you get this erection, you start orgasming, and the phrase of, this is weird, pops into your head. So you're actively producing cum, shooting cum out of your penis, you know, into a woman or onto a woman, or sometimes maybe, you know, into a paper towel or toilet paper, toilet, whatever.
It's anywhere. Yeah, sometimes anywhere.
And, you know, wherever you're jacking off, you know, the myriad places you can jack off. The phrase, this is weird, and then the phrase, get busy living or get busy dying, comes up.
Right.
Wow. At the crossroads of the affirmation of being, a penis so hard you are confronted with the most ancient and profound questions that man has ever wrestled with.
The program been very, very good.
Wow. Real quick communal vision. Imagine being out in Star Wars getting to fuck and suck all the sexy Star Wars characters, C-3PO, R2-D2, the Mandalorian.
Oh,
fuck, marry, kill, C-3PO, R2-D2, Mandalorian.
What about that little green guy? What's his name? Grogu?
Grogu, yeah. Would you fuck Grogu?
I don't know. He's a little bit too small for me. I'm afraid I might break that cat. But you put a coochie on that CP3O, I'm going to pop off. Ooh.
So, okay, so, yeah, first of all, let's rank them.
I'll bang a Jawa. I'll bang a damn Jawa. You give me one of them Jawa ladies, woo, we going to town.
Okay, so Jawas, C-3PO, who would you, okay, so we've got 5. C-3PO, R2-D2, Mandalorian, Jawa, and Grogu.
I'm scared of Grogu.
So Grogu is last place. Okay.
Yeah. The Jawa would be first because I want to see what's under all them layers. What's she hiding under there?
Jawa's first. The erotic nature of of what is hidden is really getting you. Okay, Jawa first. So then the middle 3. 3PO, R2-D2, Mandalorian.
CP3O would be second place. R2-D2 would be third. And I think Mandalorian, I don't know. Is he like what is he like one of the bounty hunter people, or what is, I don't know. He's a little dangerous. That's somebody you want to get to know maybe a little bit before you have intercourse with, because you don't know what. It's a little scary. And I think that's exciting and everything, but I don't know if that's what I will want.
But you're less scared of the Mandalorian than you are of Grogu.
Yeah. Grogu, he's a different kind. You don't know what that little guy would do. He's scary.
Right. Pepperoncini says he's like 80 years old. You could fuck him.
Yeah, probably.
Also, Pepperoncini posing the question, does Star Wars have a Star Wars Chris Hansen?
good question. Maybe that would be, who was that guy who used to run Wild City? What's his name? I can't remember that character. What's his name? He used to run, he ran where the Wild City was. What was that cat's name? Wando Calrissian. Wando. Yeah, Wando.
Yeah. Wando.
Yeah, Wando be like, hey, Woo, could you sit down for a minute? We need to talk. Woo, trying to get it on in pig weighties. Yeah. Could you have a seat here, Woo?
What if,
the back room.
Well, then, so then that's also assuming that there's just like mentally disabled dudes in Star Wars that you could just entrap and say like, oh, like just trap them on aim, whatever their aim is.
Those little pig guys in Cloud City be pretty easy. Come on in here. Hey, go. Come in here. Oh, did you bring the sarsaparilla frogs and your candies for the little girl? Yeah, oh, you know, I be with pig boys. You catch them easy.
Right. And they'd be like, oh, hey. No, I'm not doing it. I just come to play. Or
yeah, come over here because I want to tell them how dangerous it is to be in space sick. So I'm trying to teach them probably what they'd say. And when they'll tell them, you're free to weave, little pig boy. You're free to weave. And they know who's waiting outside the door, stormtroopers.
And then they come in. And they come in and they're just like, no, they tackle his ass on the way out, back to his little starship.
Yeah, he's squealing and hollering and trying to roll out the room, and the stormtroopers are kicking his ass.
I love that.
Very beautiful.
That's
very
beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous. Well, hopefully that really enriched everyone. Listen, thank you for going on that journey with me, Wiki. I can't thank you enough for that.
Anytime, Guru, you know it's always a journey. It's a program.
Yeah. Well, Wiki,
I had to call and personally thank everybody in the program and you for weeding me out of the darkness. Yeah.
Of course, Wiki, it is my pleasure. It's always my pleasure to talk to you. Listen, brother, you are going to be our final caller for the night, closing us out. And as always, I know you've given us much of your spirit tonight, but I must ask for one more thing. As always, I ask you for a little bit of a song. As a singer-songwriter, accomplished musician such as yourself, somebody whose gift is so undeniable that it really kind of, it's just like, it's heart-rending. And I don't use that term lightly. Heart-rending. It sort of stops you right in your tracks. Given that gift, do you have anything you could possibly share with us, given the quality of your voice and the talent of your heart?
Well, I can do one. Yeah, I got one to make me think about tonight's call, actually.
Oh, I love that.
I can do it.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to pause the music on my side, and it is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, closing us out tonight on Explorations, Wiki Wiva. We'll be back Thursday with our regularly scheduled exploration, but let's just enjoy the dulcet, unflappable tones of our brother Wiki. Wiki, the floor is yours.
All right, everybody, it's gonna be a cover tune. I think everybody gonna know this one. It's a little bit older. And I'm gonna say happy birthday, Peppercorn Patty.
It's right. It's Peppercorn's birthday. Is she up?
Yeah, happy birthday, Peppercorn. I don't know. She probably drinking. That girl crazy.
Is Peppercorn up? Hold on, let me just check chat real quick. Yeah, she's up.
Happy birthday there, Peppercorn.
All right.
This one goes out to all the new explorers and everybody. This one, I think you're going to know it. A one, two, three. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's will be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You will invade the grade, and the paper want to know who should you wear. And now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom, the ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. And that's the first verse. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste, Wiki.
Rock and
Blessings.
roll.
Namaste. Have a good night.
Namaste.
Wow, guys, let's take this over to Floppy Jimmy. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Namaste, everybody.